Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next Avatar news update video. This time out we have some more action figure news, this time about the Loyal Subjects Best Action line. So we basically have the full Wave 2 lineup for Avatar in Best Action. So prior to this, all we had was a Book 1 Aang. The Book 3 Aang is basically just about to be released. We've seen pictures of that one before. And then a repaint or a heavy kind of redo of that Book 3 Aang into the Cosmic Energy Aang. That's a Walmart exclusive. Beyond that, all we knew before this was that they were going to do a Katara and that they were going to do a Zuko. Now we have the full Wave 2 lineup, which is Jet, Katara, Sokka, Zuko, and Toph. These 5 figures are all scheduled for March 2022. That's what Big Bad Toy Store here is saying. We only have one image for each of these figures, though elsewhere we do have an image of the finalized version of Katara, at least. So we have an idea of what she looks like in final version. But other than that, these are sort of pre-renders of the characters, just to give you a sense of what it looks like. So it's not the most representative of the final product. So let's go through these. First up, we have Jet. Now, Jet makes sense as an action figure just because the design is quite good. The messy sort of armor set that he has, made from different kind of things he's found along the way. Very cool. He's going to come with the hook swords, of course, which is a very cool accessory. Different hands. And then these figures typically come with different facial expressions or head swaps. I don't know if they're going to continue that or not, but they probably will. So we'll get probably a normal one, a fighting expression, and maybe him with the sprig of wheat thing that he usually has in his mouth. And you can tell that these are the pre-renders because you can tell the way it's looking here. There's no ankle articulation there. The knees don't actually look like they have the joints in them right now. It's just an idea for the general kind of silhouette of the figure rather than everything being super accurate. So the head sculpt actually looks quite good here. It probably won't look as amazing in the final version, and we can sort of tell that by the Katara up next. So here she is. Book 1 Katara, you can tell by the outfit and the fact that she has the sort of triple sleeve thing going on here with the different shades of blue. You can also tell it's an early version because Katara does not wear fingerless gloves or the sleeves with the fingers like this in her Book 1 outfit. She does in the Book 3 outfit have the fingerless glove things going on. So that's kind of interesting that there's a sort of inaccuracy there. But otherwise, again, it looks like a really nice representation of Book 1 Katara. The head sculpt looks quite good in a sort of determined expression. The necklace is quite nice there, so that's cool. Because if we look at the actual picture of the in-person images of this, you can see the hands are normal. That is accurate to Book 1 Katara, and you can see the joints are actually all here now. You can see some of the accessories. So some sort of a water whip accessory, and then what looks to be some sort of water blast type thing. So kind of cool. At least two water accessories for Katara. That's good. The head here in this first picture, you get the sense that I think, again, it's going to be more of a rounded face where the cheeks are maybe out a little bit too far. And you can especially see that in this second picture where they're going for a wider grin Katara. I think her whole jaw and cheeks feel way too wide in this picture. I feel like if you just tightened that up a little bit and didn't make it as wide, it'd actually look quite good. Right now, this one looks a little goofy the way it's looking at the moment, but you can see the different hands as well. So again, I don't know if this is just an early sort of prototype or it's a full-on finalized version of the figure, but it's looking overall, I think, quite solid. That's my general impression on the Loyal Subjects Best Action Figures. I haven't got one yet, so I can't give my thoughts on how they feel necessarily, but looking at them, they seem to have the right blend of good sculpting, customization with different hands and faces, and articulation for the size and price point. So if the QC, if I ever get one in hand, if the QC matches everything else, these to me seem like potentially some of the best. So we'll move on. We get book 2 Sokka, sleeveless Sokka here, so it's his book 2 design. You can see he has the boomerang holder as well, and a lot of the details are quite nice. Again, the head sculpt here is far and away, I think, the best Sokka head sculpt we've ever seen, but it is just the sort of early render, and it may not look as good in the in-person version, but at least, you know, so far it's like that's a nice look on the face there, where it's not super aggressive, but it's a determined Sokka. Again, you would want maybe a little bit more of a light-hearted Sokka, but there probably is that in the package with him, so that's cool to see. We have Toph here, just her standard outfit. Again, details, you know, the paint apps that look to be the case is pretty good. The head, size-wise, seems a lot better, but to me looks a little weird. But again, I think that's just an element of the render, and it like looks way shinier than the actual figure is going to be. So there's probably just that element of awkwardness, just because it's not the finalized version. But you know, cool to see Toph coming from another toy line. That's good. And then Zuko. Zuko is obviously the problem. It's book 3 Zuko. Cool. A lot of the details here are very nice with the outfit and so on. You've got the scar on the face. You've got the swords. Very cool. But then for some reason, he's got his middle, second quarter of book 2 hair, when he only ever has his longer hair in this outfit. I don't know what the situation here is. It just to show off the face specifically a little bit more, where they haven't finalized the head sculpt, or what? I'm not sure. Maybe it suggests that they are also going to do a book 2 Zuko or something like that, and they just happen to use that head here because the book 3 one isn't ready with the longer hair. I'm not sure, but it's the most obvious error in all of these. The other ones are sort of fine, where it's just the only real error outside of that is Katara's hands, but we know that they're fixed because of the other images. I'm guessing they'll fix this because it's just going to look silly if this is what the finalized figure looks like. They need to get the head sculpt right, because otherwise the actual facial expression looks good. That hair, the way it's done there, is good. They just need to do the accurate hair. So that's that. So yeah, it's one of those things where these are, again, March 2022 is when these are coming out. I like that they're doing multiple characters, because again, I didn't expect them to do so many. My initial expectations were that these were going to be a situation where they'd only do a handful of figures and own only the main characters. But to see that they're doing a Jet straight away, and that likely, we're going to get multiple versions of different characters, is actually a good sign. If only these were a little bit more available internationally, because I have not really found a good place to get these. Like I said, I haven't got one so far. I ordered from one place, order got cancelled because they couldn't get it. One place I am more regularly ordering from right now just has it stuck on sort of inevitable, constant, it'll be in stock here, but the date just keeps changing, so I don't know if they're actually going to get it in stock or not. In general, it looks quite good. The only thing I'd say right now in terms of purchasing advice is I'd probably maybe wait to see if they confirm that the Zuko is going to have a fixed head, because this is sort of a unacceptable inaccuracy, I think, so far. But like I said, we know that they are fixing some of the stuff from those early render pictures, so that is good to see. So we'll see more of these as we get closer, I suppose, to the release. But that is basically everything I wanted to say here. What are your thoughts on the best action figures here for Wave 2? Are you interested in this selection of characters or not? Because we've definitely had a lot of action figures announced this year. It's definitely been a little bit of action figure merchandise overload, and the excitement level that I have for new figures is definitely way lower now than it was even at the start of the year. I think it's at the point where the only things that's really going to excite me is getting to see, I think, new figures for characters who haven't really had action figures before. So like our first Suki action figure, that's going to be really cool in the same way that the Suki Funko Pop was cool when it got announced. Kyoshi, if she ever got an action figure, would be cool. And even just the other versions, like we still don't have a book 3 Katara action figure, we still don't have a Sokka in his armor with the sword action figure, that sort of thing. So yeah, cool for what it is. We're still waiting for comic news, of course, but that's been the news update for today. Thanks for watching, and bye.